Hey. Hey, hello, Robert. How you doing? Okay. Today's like a beginner lesson. I told you last, excuse me. I told you last week that's what I was going to be doing. So it's always good to review. Do you happen to have the Buddy Rich book by Henry Adler? If not, I'll shoot you out the PDFs. Not a problem. What's that? You're sick? Well, go back to sleep. What's wrong? Okay, today we're going to work with the 3-stroke rough, the 4-stroke rough, the 5-stroke rough, 5-stroke roll, and 6-stroke roll. Now, some of the names have been... All right, that's okay. It's very simple. Some of the names have been changed. I've been taught a 4-stroke rough, or a 3-stroke rough, or a 5-stroke rough. Today, they're labeled as a single 3, single 4, single 5. Why? I don't know. And actually, I really don't care. You know, because to me, there's 3 rudiments. There's the singles, doubles, and the flams. Okay, so now, I'm going to take this real slow. How many is that? 5? All right. I'm going to take it real slow. The 3-stroke rough. How you doing, Jim? The flu. That's not good, man. You should drink some tea and go to bed. All right, now the 3-stroke rough. We're going to deal with 4/4 time. We're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Over and over again. Now this is the very bottom line. It's the very basic. So we're going to play 3 quarter notes and 1 quarter note rest. Now just do it with the right hand for a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is called the 3-stroke rough. So that means there's going to be 3 strokes in it. But I need to play it in 4 so I get the distance. So I'm going to have alternating strokes, and the last stroke is going to be an accent. So with that being said, here's my starting position. It's going to have to be down. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take it up in tempo a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have up, tap, down, 4. Up, tap, down, 4. Now that's the basic variation. That's bottom line, ground zero. Okay? Now, we're taking it with 4 quarter notes, 4/4 time, 3 quarter notes in a quarter note rest. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. This is what's occurring when you're playing a 3-stroke rough. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's the first variation. The second variation, we're going to change, we're going to utilize eighth notes and quarter notes. We're going to maintain the same sticking in the same level position or controlled strokes. So it's going to be, I'm just going to play again the rhythm with my right hand. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now I'm going to play the actual three-stroke rough in that notation. 1 and 2. Jesus. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. Got it? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Then we have 1 and 2. Okay, so that's two variations, and the slower you play that, the better off you're going to be. So now let's take it to the third variation. This time we're going to use a combination of 16ths and eighths. Again, I'm going to play with one hand the figure, then I'll do the three-stroke rough, or you want to call it a single three, whatever you want to call it. To me, it's just alternating strokes. So you have, we're going to use 16th notes and eighth notes. 1 E, no accent. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. Again, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. Now I'm going to play the three-stroke rough in that formation, alternating the strokes, maintaining the levels. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and. So now we did the quarter notes, the eighth notes, and the 16ths. Do we understand that, gentlemen? Jim? Bob? Do we understand it? Now, for those who are just viewing and don't have enough balls to get into the chat, what can I tell you? I have the PDFs available. If you would like the PDFs, you need to email me. I will add you to my mailing list, and you will receive the PDFs on what we're doing. The question is, why the upstroke on one? Now, that tells me a lot about you personally, okay? That you don't understand the object of the two sounds. We have a three-stroke rough. We have two different sounds. We have accented and non-accented note. The accent is on the last stroke. All right, so if I want for the first stroke, I want a tap. But it's going to be an upstroke because I have to get in position for the accent. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm coming up, get in position to nail the accent. Now, that's learning the three-stroke rough. It's not putting it into any application. Usually, if you're reading music, you're going to see 2 16ths and an eighth. So does that mean it's a three-stroke rough? No. What really means a three-stroke rough is if you have 2 grace notes to the quarter note. Now, the grace notes, there's no time value, all right? It's more of a feeling, making them close or a little space in between the downbeat. Now, I'm starting here. Now, don't laugh, because this is the way I count it. We're actually playing a duple, but a duple would be double like this. We're taking it as a single. Did the 1. So we have did the 1, did the 2. Now you see the upstroke in there. You understand why there's an upstroke, Jim? Now I have 2 little grace notes and a quarter note. Did the 1, did the 2, did the 3, did the 4. Well, when you're doing it slow, Jim, that's the actual motion. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's occurring here. Now, in order to get there, what you need to do is hit it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, hit it there for a while. Then go to the eighth notes. 1 and 2. 3/16. 1 the end. 3 notes. So on and so forth. Well, it doesn't look better. Who cares what it looks like? And it doesn't work better. That's what happens no matter what tempo you're playing the 3-stroke rough in, or the single 3, whatever you want to call it. That's exactly what's happening. So now let me go over that again. The quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. A little slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the eighth note, the quarter note. 1 and 2. You got it? Well, that happens. Now you're telling me why the upstroke and all that. How are you practicing your rudiments, Jim? I see what I have to do here. For example, if you're doing the paradiddle, remember downstroke, upstroke, tap, tap. That's how you got to practice it. Why the upstroke? You're in position to nail the accent. Okay. Now you understand. The slower you practice this, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. The better off it's going to be. All right, it's like a gallop. You got it? All right. Now, that takes care of the 3-stroke rough, or the single 3. We're now going to the 4-stroke rough. It's exactly what it has. It has 4 strokes in it. But this time we're going to go to 6, 8. Okay? This time we're going to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Coffee. You don't have to say that when you count. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to play alternating strokes. I'm going to stop on the 4, and 5, 6 is a rest. All right, now watch the levels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, I usually do this. What is that? Well, that's what you have to do, Jim. All right, now what I'm doing, and you could do it any way you like. Whatever hand I end with, I begin the next 4-stroke rough. So I'm starting my right. 1, 2 is an upstroke, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I ended with the left. I'm going to start with the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. That's that thing. You made a mistake. 4, 5. Right. Now start with the right. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Now, to me, all that is a triplet into a quarter note, but it's defined as a 4-stroke rough. It's part of the growth and the beginning of understanding what the rudiments are. Now, I took that in 6/8, and I nailed the accent on the last stroke. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the first version. All right, now let's try another version. Okay? Now you could go to 4/4 and you could play triplets. The notation would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 4. Now, using the sticking for the four-stroke rough or single 4, 1 and 2. Got it? Robert, do you have it? And guys, get in the chat. You guys are watching. Please get in the chat. Ask some questions. This is a beginner lesson. It's very elementary. All right? Now, the next movement after the triplet is the grace notes. Now, remember what I said. Grace notes have no time. They're felt. So I'm going to play 3 grace notes before the quarter note. Now the way I count this is diddly-ah. Diddly-ah 1. Diddly-ah 2. And that's open. Okay, let's do it again. Diddly-ah 1. So I got diddly-ah 1. You get some guys playing 4-stroke roughs like this. That's not a true 4-stroke rough. So now you understand the 3-stroke rough and the 4-stroke rough. I do want to hit the 5-stroke rough and the 5-stroke roll. Now remember, the 5-stroke rough is also the terminology is changed to the single 5 as opposed to just the 5-stroke rough. All right, so now the 5-stroke rough has 5 strokes in it. And again, we go to 6/8. We're going to play up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And on the count of 6, we're resting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, I'm going to play that alternating sticking, and I'm going to accent the last stroke. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I do look like a robot. I admit that. Okay? But like I'm teaching this. I'm explaining what's occurring. I am not performing that. Got it? I'm nailing the accent on the last stroke of the count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 is a rest. You guys got that? And the next movement, we're going to do 2 different ways. We're going to start off without the accent first, and we're going to count in 3, 4. We're going to go 1 and 2 and 3, and 1 and 2, 3, and 1 and 2 and 3, and okay? And I'm going to nail the accent on the 3. So I have 1 and 2 and 3. There's 5 strokes in there. Now I could start it a different way. I could play the last stroke of the 5 on the first beat. 1, 2, and 3, and 1. Now, do we all understand that, gentlemen? Robert has it. How about you, Jim? You need to come down here, Jimmy. Okay. The next movement is 16th notes and quarter note. I'm going to tap it out with my right hand. 1, E, and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. Now I'm going to play it alternating strokes. All right? So now I'm going to have 1 E and 2 E and 4. Who cares right now? I just want to fool around with it. It's just a 5-stroke rough, single 5, 5 strokes. 1 E and 2. Okay. Now, the next version, okay, is 32nd notes and in the quarter notes, or eighth notes. 1 E and 2 E and. It's best for me to write that one out for you guys. So that takes care of the 3-stroke rough, the 4-stroke rough, and the 5-stroke rough. Let's go to the 5-stroke roll. Now the difference between the 5-stroke rough, or the single 5, and the 5-stroke roll is the single 5 or 5-stroke rough is singles. Do it slow. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Now the 5-stroke roll is doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, you got that? 5-stroke roll. And watch the upstroke. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, the slower you play it and the more aware you are of the sticking heights and the sound you're getting, makes it clean. All right, that's the first version of the 5-stroke roll. Let's go to the second version. All right, we're going to go 1 and 2 and 3. This is the figure 1 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 3. Now I'm going to play doubles to the quarter note, and what I'm going to do is accent. What is this? You just got to what? All right, that's good. Anyway, I'm going to play this in 3/4 now. That's 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. But look at the formation. Got it? Hold on. There you go. By the way, guys, I'm going to be working on some play-alongs. See, it is funny on YouTube. If I took a tune, like say from Chicago, 25 and 6 to 4, or something from Blood, Sweat, and Tears, or something from Tool, or whatever, man, they come right down on you. That's a copyright infringement. So I've been doing some research, and I found a company that's going to send me some play-along DVDs, CDs rather. That's drumless tracks. All you're going to hear is the music, and me playing to the music. So that's coming soon. I don't know exactly how soon, but it's coming. Because all I do is technique, and you don't know how to play with a band. Well, we're going to find this out now, right? I'm going to get some jazz, drumless tracks, some funk, some R&B, and some pop. Have some fun. And then everybody's going to forever hold their peace after that. How's that sound, Jimmy and Bob? And whoever else is watching? Okay, so that takes care of the 5-stroke rough, 5-stroke roll. But there's other different formations, and I will send them to you. Hold on. I will send them. As a matter of fact, right after the lesson. I just wanted to keep it empty because if new guys come in, yeah, well, let's get them first. Then we'll deal with the samba. We will. I don't know if you guys know who Mark Walker is. Mark Walker's a friend of mine. He is a professor of percussion at Berklee School of Music in Boston, or Berklee School of Music in Boston. And he's really a great drummer. He really is. And he has a great Latin feel. His forte is Latin. And he just put out, he recorded him playing with his band, one of the bands he plays with, a big band. And they were doing a samba. And the name of the tune that they were doing the samba to was A Moment's Notice. Now, A Moment's Notice, period, is a very difficult tune because of the structure of the tune. It's not a 32-bar straight-ahead tune. It's 36 bars. So it's hard to keep track of that. But anyway, he did a fantastic, unbelievable job. And he will be coming here as soon as he gets this gig in New York. And what's this? What are you doing, Jimmy? What do we got here? Well, we're supposed to. There's not 10 people. There's only 3 or 4 of them, and they're all watching. But that's okay, Jimmy. Anyway, he's going to be doing a show in about a month or 2. He's going to come here. We're going to promote his publication. We're going to promote him, and we're going to promote me, too. But the guy is a fantastic player, man. I don't know, man. All these guys, they contact me, like Mike Clark. I mean, the guy plays his ass off. You know, and they all come down and hang out. And I feel really good about that. It doesn't build my ego. It just builds up my curiosity saying, why? You know, especially when they want to take a few lessons. And I'm saying, what am I going to teach these guys? What, are they kidding me? This guy's playing with a big band. He's a professor. He's endorsed by Yamaha drums, Peisty cymbals, Remo heads, and Vic First sticks, and he wants to take lessons. You go figure that one out. Talk about confusion. But anyway, let's hit the 6-stroke roll. And like I said, I'm going to try to email you. Okay? Now, the 6-stroke roll is a little strange. It comes in a couple different formats. And I'm going to show it to you first off in 4/4. And we're going to count in 4/4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now, you got to be careful here. Because it's sort of like, it's not like learning the 5 or the 4 or the 3. It's a little offbeat here. So the first note we have is a quarter note. And I'm going to play the figure first. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Now if you count that, that's 6 strokes. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Naturally, I count the spacing. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now you really need, okay, to really understand the level system here. You know, if you practice incorrectly, and there is a right or wrong if you're going to utilize the levels, you got to look like a robot at first. Then eventually, you know, you'll start to feel it and hear it and make it flow, so you won't look like a robot. So my starting position is going to be here again. I want to have 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. See that? there's 6 in there? You have 1, 2, and 3, and 4. But look at the levels. I'm back. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Now, I'm gonna send everybody the PDFs who wants them. I know Jimmy and Bob, you're gonna definitely get them in a few minutes. Unfortunately, these guys, they don't want to come into the chat, so they don't want the PDFs. It is a beginner lesson, which is okay, whether you've been playing 100 years or 100 hours. It's a lesson. For those who've been playing 100 years, it's always good to come and revisit what you're doing. For the new guys, it's brand new, you'll get it, no problem. Okay, so Jimmy and Bob, and I'm going to send a few more out, but if anybody does want the PDFs, all you need to do is email me. I will add you to my mailing list, and you will get the PDFs. No problem. Now, after this lesson, I'm going to have a little lunch and go back to work on the syncopation book. Now, have you guys come up with a title? Van, how you doing? Lessons are at 1 o'clock. Yeah, I'll give you one, Vern, rather, I'm sorry. But you got to come in the chat and say hello at least and participate. Make friends with Jimmy and Robert and whoever else. I will send them to you. Now, have you guys, I asked last week, come up with sort of a title? I'm thinking about the Syncopated Journey as a title. What do you guys come up with? Isn't it nice to be a whole part of the whole drum world, man? I'm not teaching you guys how to march in a band or play rudimental. Once you get these down, we'll do a rudimental drum set application. Because there's a lot you can do with the 3-stroke rough, the 4-stroke rough, 5-stroke rough, 5-stroke roll, 6-stroke roll. You like that title? The Syncopated Journey? I'm going to keep the amount of pages down and the cost down. Listen to the 5. Jimmy. All right, let's see what you got going on, Jim. Thank you, Jim. Okay. All right. Are you on my mailing list, Vern? If not, email me and I'll put you on. You like that syncopated formulas? I wanted to put it out in 3 or 4 different volumes, so that's why I want to keep it down. I think that's a good word, syncopated formulas. I guess that's good. What I'm teaching in that book, there's a section on straight time. For example, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. Now, what's the difference with that and cut time? And 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and. So I'm showing you the difference. On the left-hand side, I'm writing out the 4/4 figure, and on the right-hand side, I'm writing it in cut time. Well, if not, Vern, just email me anyway, okay? Thank you. And, you know, the next move would be, a lot of guys don't understand where the da is, or the 1, 2, 3. So what I did is I wrote, for example, I wrote it out. On the left-hand side, you have 1 and 2, 3, 4, straight up and down, then how you swing it. And I wrote it out. 1 and the 2 and the 3 and the 4 to show you the difference between the both. So there's about 10 or 15 pages on each of those sections. And then I did it with the triplet fill-ins, playing it against the jazz time, the syncopated rolls. So then I'm going to do some linear concepts and whatever. But hopefully it takes off a little bit. I have to get in touch with Rob Wallace, and we're going to put this out there. There's a lot going on and not enough time. Mr. Mechanics. Okay, guys, please come back tonight, 7 p.m., and this time you'll have the PDFs, and we get a better lesson. I'm going to stay with the beginner for today. Tomorrow it's going to be a little bit different. How's that sound, gentlemen and ladies? Fern, next time you sign on, please at least say hello. Who? Armando. Who? Libinati. Who is that? Armando. I don't know who that might be, Jim. If I know him, tell him I said hello too. You're welcome, Robert. My pleasure. Jimmy, who is that? Armando. Sounds like a Baisan. Paisan. All right, so I'm going to sign off. Thank you for attending today. I appreciate it. I'm in the chat. Armando is in the chat. Who's Armando? Armando. Hey, I didn't see you. Armando, email me. You're welcome, Vern. Armando, where are you from? Armando. Huh. All right, anyway, Armando, email me. You have your email. My email is right underneath your name there. And I'll add you to my mailing list, and I'll send you the PDFs on today's lesson. Come back tonight, 7 p.m. on my site, mattpatellalivelessons.com. Okay, guys. Have a good rest of the afternoon, and we'll see you later on this evening. Don't forget, guys, email me, Vern, Armando, and I'll give you the PDFs. Okay? Oh, another thing I'm doing besides, I forgot to mention this. There's being an upgrade done on my site as well. A lot of things are going on. I don't even know my name anymore. Huh. All right? I'm going to keep the lesson price at $19.95 or $99, whatever it is. But I'm going to give you two other options. There's going to be a 6-month option and a 1-year option. How's that sound? Is that better there, Jim and Robert and Vern? Okay, I gotta go. Have a good rest of the day. Talk to you later.